Hi everybody, welcome to Parent Alienation is Child Abuse Unfiltered. Thank you all for being here today and welcome to all the new subscribers. I thank you all and appreciate each and every one of you. Today I'd like to do a bit of a discussion on how parent alienation affects the behaviour of the children involved in this epidemic. Of course, the children will be crying a lot because they will be missing their other parent. There's probably going to be tantrums, lash outs. That's the little ones. How do the bigger ones cope at school? Pretty much the same. They're probably not focusing on school probably because they're very concerned with what's going on at home with their parents, or have gone to school with an argument from their parents at home. What about kindergarten age? How do you think parent alienation affects a child that's in kindergarten or preschool or prep? I would imagine much the same way. There'd be a lot of lashing out, a lot of crying, a lot of confusion. And then these kids that lash out or misbehave while they're at school or prep or kindy get into trouble. They get in trouble for being disruptive, get in trouble for disturbing the class. Do they look at why these kids might be acting out? Or they just put it down to, oh, he's a bad kid or she's a bad kid. These children become labelled as naughty children, misbehaving children. They get requested to, you should take them to the doctor to see if there's anything going on. Doctors are quick to prescribe medication to children that don't fit into the little box they have. Instead of looking at what could be causing the issues with the child, why they're disruptive, why they're lashing out. Instead of just taking the opinion of one-sided parent, maybe there should be a little bit of investigating going on. Now, I don't know what the rule system is with the parents going to school, or whether the teachers are allowed to talk about the opposite parent. Like there would be discussions in classroom about mothers and fathers, surely. Like even the parent that's dropping the child off would have informed the kindergarten teachers or the headmaster or headmistress, or whoever happens to be the head of the department where the children go, about the relationship breakdown and how either parent, which one ever it is, mother or father, has moved out of the home. Now these professional people that look after the children should have a bit of an understanding to the psychological harm and the psychological behaviour of a child that's going through something like this. Like these kids are angry. They're angry, they're hurt, and they're lashing out. And instead of trying to work at fixing the problem and what the issue is, they're quick to just label them as a naughty child. Here, take a pill. This will calm you down. How is that bad for a child? One, it teaches them dependency on a medication to deal with emotional issues instead of dealing with emotional issues. Child needs to be sat down and explain the situation in a child's terms, but honestly, what's going on? So at least the child can put it into perspective that it's not something that they've done. As I've spoken before, that these children blame themselves when there's a relationship breakdown and the parents split up. They spend years blaming themselves. And if they're left with a narcissistic person, that narcissistic person will feel that guilt that these children will have. Because they will put it into their heads that they were not loved and that they were naughty, and that's why mother or father is not here anymore. Especially if he is lashing out or she's lashing out. What's to be expected? How do you expect these children to cope? How do you expect these children to behave? Do you think that they'll just start, okay, mum's not here anymore, move on with life, or dad's not here anymore, let's just move on with life? Kids don't have the tools to be able to do that sort of stuff. That's why they need a stable rock around them, their mother or father that's, not a narcissist, that actually cares about children's feelings and their well-being. Unfortunately, the kids don't get the support that they need, and these kids that go to school, kindergarten, primary school, kindy, prep, and are labelled as a naughty child because they're misbehaving, because they're lashing out, because their home life's unsettled, so therefore these children are unsettled. Maybe that's what they need to look at, not just label them as a naughty child. As I've spoken before, the children are the victims in this. They're the victims of the home life, being stuck with a narcissistic parent, not being allowed to be in contact with their biological mother or father, whoever it happens to be, the loss of their extended family, be it uncles, aunties, cousins, nanny and pop. Do you think this doesn't have an effect on the child? Do you think this is going to make the child just, oh, this is life, just move on? Sorry to say, it doesn't work that way. These little people have lots of feelings. They have big feelings for the little people. Unless their questions are answered or things are put in perspective for them, you're going to expect some more lashing out, some more anger. So I think in schools need to be a bit more education into dealing with relationship breakups for the children involved, on how to deal with a child that's going through an emotional roller coaster at home, in their home life. Be it they're allowed to see their loving parent, that's relationship breakdown, but they're still allowed to see them, or whether they've been isolated from them and alienated. Now, the longer the alienation goes on, the more restless these children are going to become. Especially if they're hearing things like false allegations or lies about their parent that they know didn't happen. As I've said before, kids remember everything. Kids remember everything. And they will remember who's there for them when times get tough. And when you have a relationship breakdown in the family and you have to go to two houses to share mum and dad, or you only get stuck with mum, or you only get stuck with dad, and neither of them are really nice. They speak quite horribly of my other parent, so to speak, the mother or the father, whoever. How do you expect these children to respond? I really don't think they understand or comprehend what these children go through. Anyway, it's just a short one for today, just about the perspective from a child's side on why they could be lashing out at school and getting into trouble. High school's another kettle of fish. High school, the emotions and the hormones are kicking in as well. The aggression and the hostilities escalate because they're wanting questions answered. And 9 times out of 10, they're still getting fed a whole pile of bullshit. But they know it's bullshit, so they're lashing out. Like I said, people can hold a lot of emotion in the bottle for a while, but sooner or later, if that's not vented or explained, then that bottle's going to erupt. And then sometimes what can be said or done can't be undone or unsaid. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for today. Thank you all again for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you. Let's keep spreading awareness about this. Let's keep talking about this, because the more we talk, the more people know and listen. If they are affected by this or know somebody like this, then might be able to help them reach out to a child that's struggling. So spread love, don't spread hate. Too much of that in the world as it is. These kids need love. Anyway, I'll catch you on my next one. See you guys. Bye.